When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
My dream job was to be a veterinarian.
An attorney, because I'm very argumentative.
A poet.
A fashion designer.
A herpetologist working with reptiles.
I wanted to be the President of the United States.
I always wanted to be a cowboy.
I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Either a teacher or a singer.
I wanted to be a dolphin trainer. I don't even know what it really entailed except for getting in the water with dolphins.
I wanted to be a soccer player. And then when I got to high school, I figured out I didn't like to run very much. And then I decided to be a rock star. And then I started playing music and realized that I wasn't very good at drumming either. So here I am with beer.
My dad. My dad's always been in the restaurants, and so I've always been back of house, hiding in an office, bothering cooks, doing whatever.
I wanted to be the person that discovered tombs and excavated them, but I always had a love for museums, for fashion, for accessories. So I got a degree in nutrition.
I was always an adventurer. I always played outside, so I always wanted to be like Indiana Jones or do something outdoors.
I always wanted to be a teacher, and so that lasted until about junior high when I actually job shadowed a teacher.
What was it about the experience that punted you?
It was the children.
I wanted to be a professional basketball player, which is not only hilarious because of how short I am, but coincidentally, I married a woman whose dad played professional basketball with the Detroit Pistons. She has 3 cousins that are 7 feet tall, and all of them have played in the NBA. So it's funny how that worked out.
What song reminds you the most of high school?
I listened to Nirvana in high school. Grungy stuff, for sure.
What I Got, Sublime.
James Taylor. I listened to Al Green.
Queen, Another One Bites the Dust.
I'm Destiny's Child, Bugaboo. He's bugging me, he's bugging you, he's a bugaboo.
Pony by Genuine. It's got that deep intro where it's like womp, womp, womp. And then he starts talking about a lot of sex stuff in there.
I couldn't tell you the title, but Nelly. Yeah. Going down, You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
The first thing that came into my mind was the Thong Song. It came out in March of 2000, right as I'm getting ready to go on my senior spring break to Mexico. And so it just became the anthem for that entire trip. That thong, the thong, thong, thong.
So in high school, I probably would have listened to a lot of rap music. It's surprising given my position, nobody sees me listening to rap music, but that's what it was back in high school.
What's my name? Snoop Doggy. Yeah. Can I say? I think you can.
No Diggity by Blackstreet. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like to play it on. Is that enough?
Pretty much anything by NSYNC, but probably Bye Bye Bye. I watched the MTV making the video for it probably 20 times.
My favorite song growing up in high school was Candy by Mandy Moore. Come to me, baby, show me who you are. Sweet to me like sugar to my heart. And yeah, it's fun. I like it.
Oh, I was into punk rock music. I still am. A lot of the stuff we listened to was just about getting negative energy out in a positive way.
Oh, but I was musical theater show choir nerd. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes.
Prince's Party Like It's 1999.
What do the lyrics sound like?
Tonight we're gonna party like it's 1999.
So just like the title.
Yeah, and that's what we thought we needed to do.
Besides your parents, who has the biggest impact on your life?
Both of my grandpas were in wars, Vietnam and World War II, so growing up I'd hear their stories about just, their heroics in battle. As I got older, I could understand how heroic my grandmothers were for, raising a family of 4 and a family of 5 by themselves, so they're strong women. Very strong women.
My grandma, and seeing that make-do attitude. Everything doesn't have to be new and glitzy and perfect.
I had a really good friend growing up in high school. Her name was Courtney, and she kind of inspired me to jump outside of my box and kind of be who I wanted to be and never judged me. As a gay male, it was always difficult growing up, kind of knowing who you are. I didn't really ever have to do that. I kind of just was always me, and that was in part because of her.
Going to military academy. I was a little bit of a knucklehead, so I got raised by a bunch of drill sergeants. Probably like 10 drill sergeants that taught me, I don't know, accountability, honesty, loyalty, and just how to be a good man.
My grandfather on my mother's side, he worked construction, but yet he had the wisdom of being a person with a lot of experiences and a lot of very simple wisdom.
In my childhood, I would say my grandmother. I really learned my love of travel from her. And one thing that she would always say, be good and sweet and kind.
My high school social studies teacher. I'm super grateful for just authentic passion that she gave, and it was really a good lesson that I learned where we can love people in their messes, and we all have mess, and we all have, but to love people through their mess, even if you don't agree with it.
What was your favorite movie growing up?
Probably be a toss-up between The Goonies or Home Alone.
Aladdin, Mulan, those kind of movies.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
As a lawyer who turned into a judge, it was Liar Liar.
Braveheart.
Guys and Dolls.
The Newsies.
A League of Their Own. I've seen it at least 50 times.
Breakfast Club, Repo Man, Dogma, and Mallrats.
Adventures in Babysitting, it's got to be one of those. I think we wore out the VHS on that more than one time while we were growing up.
You know, B-quality martial arts movies, Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Don the Dragon Wilson, you know, Roadhouse, Pain Don't Hurt, you know.
Predator. Actually, at my bachelor party, we had Predator playing on loop the entire weekend. It was just a great film.
Rocky IV. Me and my friends would actually dress up as Rocky and even Drago and try to remake the movie ourselves.
The cult favorite, The Goonies. Anytime Mouth yelled jerk alert, you know, anytime the Fratellis were chasing him and it was just a big jerk alert, I always thought that was really funny. It's actually on a beer can now, so.
Probably Braveheart. I think that came out mid-90s. It's just a great story. It's a love story. It's dramatic. He's, this leader and hero. That line, every man dies, not every man really lives. That was one of those things that really stuck with me and kind of wanted to be one of those things in my life that live life to the fullest.
What's your favorite snack from when you were a kid?
My mom bought everything from Sam's Club in bulk, so I would have to say we hit up the Totino's, like pizza rolls, bagel bites, microwave burritos. My mom did not cook for probably 10 years.
I used to love Red Hot Riblets. Grimy, dingy, like hot potato chips, and I actually hate hot food, but I love those chips. Mm-hmm.
Anytime I travel, I like to have a bag of goldfish with me. I don't think that's weird.
A weird snack we would make would be like peanut butter and powdered milk, and we'd roll them up in little balls and, like freeze them and stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't have the luxury of regular snacks. Yeah.
My parents did not know about healthy snacks, so we grew up literally going to school with like Sprites and Ding Dongs.
We did a lot of gummy snacks under the auspices of this was somewhat healthy because it's a fruit snack, but clearly it's just candy.
No, I was really addicted to hot tamales, the candy. That's why I got the freshman 15, because I learned you could buy like the 5-pound bag in bulk at Sam's Club, so yeah.
So if you grew up in St. Louis, you knew that the corner store, you walk down, got pickles and peppermints. Yeah. So you stick the peppermint stick in the pickle, turns the pickle red and everything. It's delicious. You gotta try it.
Sounds terrible, Crystal. There's zero chance I'm gonna try that.
I'm gonna bring you one. You're gonna try it.
What was a family tradition that you really enjoyed as a kid?
Well, we always went to church on Christmas Eve, and we would like sing with the little kids. Childhood memories get me.
One that me and my wife do is on Christmas Eve. One of us stays home with the kid, and the other one goes out and goes to any gas station that's open and does stocking stuffers. She got me tampons last year. I feel like it was kind of a Homer gift. Just random shit, like a Red Bull and a nasty old banana and a lot of duct tape.
Yeah, we did a lot of road trips, and that was kind of every spring break and every summer we would do one. Our favorite trip was when we just went to the interstate and flipped a coin and decided which way to go, and my mom had packed warm clothes and cold clothes.
I would probably say dance-offs, but I'm not as good anymore because the latest dances are dumb.
Yes, the flossing thing?
Yeah, I still can't get, and I have lots of rhythm. I just can't floss. I can't do it.
I come from a very large Latin family, And so on Christmas Eve, we would all get together at my grandma's house with no gifts anywhere. And then we would come home at 1 in the morning and there are gifts hidden throughout the house and we had to find them. There wasn't like any hints or anything like that. It was basically just a bunch of kids running around like idiots, but it was the greatest tradition. I loved it. We did it until I think I was probably like 12. And it's something that hopefully I'll be able to do with my kids someday.